It's time!
It's time to duel! Yugi boy!
What's up mga Yugi Boys? Welcome back sa ating channel. It's been a long time since yung ating huling video vlog. So sa video vlog natin ngayon, magkakaroon tayo ng deck profile sa deck na ginamit ko during the latest Remote Duel Battle Royale season. At the same time, sa ginamit din natin na weekly pods and ranking tournaments na nagbigay sa atin ng maraming panalo. At the same time, good experience din. And ang i-showcase natin na deck ngayon sa ating deck profile is Sangjan or Swordsoul deck na alam naman natin isa sa pinaka top tier deck sa recent format natin. Up until now naman, malaki pa rin yung representation niya as competitive deck ngayon sa format natin dito sa OCG metagame. And sa deck profile na to, makikita nyo yung iba't ibang mga combos ng deck na to. At the same time, yung content syempre ng ating Swordsoul deck. Magkakaroon din tayo ng some test hands sa deck natin na to. So kung ready ka na, let's do this! So to start our deck profile ng ating Shangjan or Swordsoul deck, we will have three parts. First of all, our main deck, and then our extra deck, and then our side deck. And in the end of this video, we will have some combos and we'll perform some test hands to see what this deck can do throughout the game. So let's do this! So for the main engine of our Swordsoul deck, we are running 3 Swordsoul of Moye. So it has an effect when it's normal summon or special summon. It could special summon a Sangjan token. So 0 attack but 4-star tuner. So you can perform synchro summon with this monster and the token that you special summon. And meron din siyang effect when it's used for synchro summon. You can draw 1 card from your deck. So this is our main starter for our deck. So next we are running 3 Swordsoul Long U1, the Tactician. For me, this is the best Swordsoul card in this deck because it has an effect when you activate from your hand. You can discard 1 Worm or Swordsoul card and then special summon another Swordsoul token. So this is a level 6 monster and plus the 4-star tuner, so you can perform level 10 synchro monster from your extra deck. So later you can see what synchro monster that can we special summon from this. And next we are running 3 Swordsoul Tai A. So at first I am running 2 of this monster, but I decided to run 3 because sometimes I need to draw this card to extend more of my plays, especially when I have good opening hand. So that's all for the main monster of our deck. So next, we are also running 3 Ecclesia. So the Incredible. So this is a good card going second because you can special summon it when you don't have any monsters, and when you contribute it, so it's a quick play or quick effect. You can special summon 1 Sangjan or Swordsoul monster from your deck to your field. So tuner din siya, so 4-star tuner. So sometimes if your Swordsoul is being negated by hand traps like Impermanence or Baylor, so and if you have this summon, you can perform synchro summon still because this is a tuner. Alright, so another monster that we are using here is Tenyi Bishuda. So this is very good going second. So it has an effect if you have a normal monster in your field. So sometimes, most of the time, it's the token. You can banish this card from your graveyard to bounce 1 card on your opponent's side of the field to his hand. So this is very good for breaking boards of your opponent. So running this 2 is very good going first and going second. But if you go second, this is very effective because you can also discard it for Long U1 and for Tai A. So next, for the hand traps, we are running a big package of hand traps. So first of all, we are running 3 maxi. So self-explanatory. So syempre ayaw natin na combo tayo in the first turn. So this is our main interruption. And we are running 3 Ash Blossom. So syempre ano na yan, mandatory na yan sa ating mga hand traps. And we also running 1 Ghost Bell or si Yashiki. So maybe you are asking why I'm still running this hand trap. For me, sa mga matches ko, I face a lot of Brave
Brave Token engine. So just so you know, you can negate the effect of Aqua Monster because it has an effect to banish in the graveyard to add the card from your graveyard to the hand. So you can negate it by Yashiki, and many other graveyard based cards can negate by this card, especially when your opponent going first and he tries to do his combo, and especially if you have Maxi and he uses Called by the Grave, you can chain this. So I have many matches na kahit isa lang yung gamit ko nito, I maximize the effect of Yashiki during opponent's turn. And lastly, we are running one effect Baylor. So only one because it's enough. At saka syempre, you can also use this for crossout designator and one of your interruption during opponent's turn. So that's all for our hand traps. So next, so for the spell cards, we are running Emergence. This is our main starter, syempre, in our deck, since when you activate this, you can add one Swordsoul monster in your deck to your hand, and if you control a synchro monsters, you can add one weird monster instead. So later on, magagamit din natin to for our side deck. So later on, makita niyan. So we also running one Summit because this is one of our good extender. Sa test play natin mamaya, I will show you how Summit can perform. Alright, so next, so we are also running two Path of Desires. So this is essential to this deck because we want to draw as much names or Swordsoul cards from our deck, but activating this medyo tricky siya kasi sometimes it would banish your key cards, but all in all, this is a good starter and bait for your opponent's hand traps. So we are also running two Path of Prosperity. So sometimes I want to draw this instead of Desires, and sometimes I want Desires over Prosperity. But this is situational because if you activate this, you cannot draw from Swordsoul Moist effect. So it depends. Sometimes I want to draw this because I want to dig up some cards na nasa deck natin. Pero all in all, both of them can be used in this deck. So for countering hand traps, we are running one Crossout Designator and two Called by the Grave. So self-explanatory na yan since all decks nowadays running more hand traps. So you don't want to be interrupted by those hand traps. So next, we are running two Cosmic Cyclone. So since this deck is flexible, it can go first or it can go second. So we are maximizing Cosmic Cyclone to remove back row, syempre. So sometimes destroying them is not enough, lalo if Eldritch yung pinakakalaban natin. So much better you banish them. So good din siya pang chain sa mga floodgates. So sometimes inaantay ko munang i-activate muna nila yung floodgate, lalo continuous spell, continuous trap card before I chain Cosmic Cyclone. So yun yung mga spell card natin. So for the trap cards, we are running one Infinite Impermanence. So for interruption during opponent's turn, and syempre pang bala rin sa crossout natin. So we are also running one Imperial Order. So matik na yan pag semi-control kasi yung deck natin. So it is a mid-range deck. So maganda meron tayong mga pang-negate lagi. So minain natin yung Swordsoul. Alam naman natin na most of the decks nowadays using spell traps to extend their combos. We are running one Vanity Sphere. So this is our another floodgate, syempre, to block our opponents from special summoning monsters. So for the one-ups, yan yung mga trap cards natin. So we are also running two Swordsoul Blackout. So this is my favorite trap card in the deck because it's very flexible since we have Swordsoul card or token. You can destroy the token and then destroy two cards on your opponent's control. So this is considered as like Icarus attack ang Swordsoul deck. So we are running two. And also we are running three Solemn Judgment. So, for me, no-brainer na. Lalo kung control deck ka, kailangan meron talagang Solemn Judgment. So, while Solemn Judgment, because it's a instant negate, although you will pay half of your life points, but for me, after you set up your synchro plays, setting one Solemn Judgment can negate a lot of removal of your monster, syempre. So, especially if your opponent use Forbidden Droplet, so your Synchro monster cannot change their effects, but if you have Solemn Judgment, you can save your board just by paying half of your life points. So, for me, Solemn Judgment is the best negate in our deck. So, that's all for our trap cards. So, next, we will go to our extra deck. So, first of all, we are running in our extra deck 2 Swordsoul Shishao. So, this is our main negate to our opponent's monster effects. So, it also has a effect when it's synchro summon, you can add one Swordsoul card from your deck to your hand, or weird monster. So, this is our main interruption on our opponent's turn. So, next, we are running one Swordsoul Chen Ying. Okay, the Grand Duke. So, this is one of our boss monsters sa deck natin na to, and very effective siya for opponent's interruption, because when a card is banished, you can additionally banish two cards on your opponent's field and graveyard. So, tig-isa pwede kang mag-banish. So, it's a good interruption to your opponent's turn, and it also buffs its attack and defense to the total number of banished cards on your on you and your opponent. So, pasok na pasok yung Pot of Desires and Pot of Prosperity dito. So, malaking beater siya na monster na synchro. Next, we are running one Swordsoul Shishing Long Yuan. Ito yung bago nating Swordsoul synchro monster. So, meron siyang effect na pag nag-special summon yung when your opponent special summon a monster, you can banish one of those special summon monster and inflict 1,200 to your opponent. And when he activates a spell or trap card, you can inflict 1,200 to your opponent and banish those activated spell and trap card. So, it's another interruption for our opponent's turn. So, for our other synchro weird monsters, we are running one Yangzing Basha. So, good for going second to bounce back cards from your opponent's field. And one Yangzing. So, you can pop one monster on your opponent's side of the field and discard. So, you can special summon one weird monster from your deck. So, usually, tinatarget natin dito si Swordsoul Tai to special summon and then go for another synchro summon. And one Tenyi Draco. So, syempre, another interruption for our opponent's turn, syempre. So, when a monster activates effect, you unbanish it. So, these are our Grim Synchro monsters. So, next, for other negation, we are running one Adamantipator Dragite. Since we have Swordsoul Moyi as water attribute, so it can negate one of your spell trap activation of your opponent. And we are running one Rudy Rose, syempre, good for going second and banishing graveyard if your opponents uses heavily effects on the graveyard. So Rudy Rose is the best best choice for level 10 synchro summon. So we are also running one Baroness de Fleur. So it's an omni negate and it can special summon monster from your graveyard during your standby phase. So you can recycle it every now and then. So this is our main negation in our deck. We are running one Tenyi Monk. So for Vishuddha plays, so you can activate Vishuddha when this card is placed upon the field. So you can also offer the Sangjian token or the Swordsoul token to special summon this, and you can offer this in your Swordsoul Blackout. So for our Zeus package, we are running one Heartland Draco, and we are running Draglubion and number 100 Numeron Dragon, and syempre si Zeus. So I like this package because sometimes when your opponent uses token collector, so it can shut down literally the deck. But if you can manage to summon two level 4 monsters, and you can go for Heartland Echo and go for direct attack and spell summon Zeus. So sometimes naman we have plays that you can spell summon two level 8 monster, so you can exceed summon Draglubion and spell summoning Numeron Dragon, and go for OTK attack if you are going second. So this is our Zeus package for this deck. So that's all for our extra deck. So for our side deck, we are running one Arch Nemesis Protoss. So nasa side deck ko lang siya because I don't want to gamble on my first turn or going first using this by guessing the deck of my opponent, because if you declare the wrong attribute and hindi naman pala ginagamit ng opponent mo yun, so sayang yung effect ni Protoss. So I always use this going the second round or third round because I already know the attribute of this deck. So this is a good choice when you summon Sishao to add one Mirror Master. So ito kagad yung in-add ko to spell summon, and maganda rin siya going second because it has a Regeki effect, destroy the declared attribute, and then he cannot spell summon the declared attribute. So semi BF din na rin siya, di ba? So we are running one Protoss. So next, so going second, we are running two on our side deck, two Effect Veiler. So since hindi siya once per turn, when your opponents go for their combo plays and effect monster during their turn when you are going second, so Effect Veiler is the most effective one. So I choose Effect Veiler over Impermanence because yun nga, hindi siya once per turn, and tuner din siya. So you can synchro summon from Bishuda and Effect Veiler if you want to go level 8 synchro monsters. So yun. So next, we are running 3 Droll and Lockbird. So Droll and Lockbird is a very good hand trap nowadays because, you know, Drytron and Flanderis are very explosive during this format. And also, when you face some Brave Token Engines, so maganda rin siya. So alam naman natin na usually pinangbibait nila kagad muna yung Brave Token Engine nila. So when they activate Aquamancer, after it will resolve, you can activate Droll to stop their play, and hindi na sila makapag-add ng any cards and continue their combos. So I run 3 Droll and Lockbird. So next, we are also running 3 Artifact Lancia. So I run 3 because yun nga, maraming mga decks ngayon na relying on banishing cards, especially yun nga, Brave Engine and syempre pati Flanderis din. So maraming pwedeng ma-counter na deck yung Artifact Lancia. So we're running 3. And next, we are running 1 Harpy's Feather Duster for back row deck, especially Eldritch, and yung nagiging famous ngayon na deck, yung Dino Rufia. So alam naman natin na trap deck din sila. So HFD is the best choice for back row removal. And syempre, we are running then 2 Twin Twister. So syempre, back row removal din, and same time pang change sa mga floodgates na inactivate nila. And we are running also 1 Red Reboot. So ito na talaga yung pang shutdown ng mga back row decks ng like Eldritch, yun nga, Dino Rufia. So if you combo it with Harpy's Feather Duster or Twin Twister, so you can negate their trap cards, and syempre shutdown na yung pinaka set trap cards nila. And lastly, we are running 2 Struggling Battle or Evenly Match, because syempre sometimes destroying back rows is not enough. So mas maganda mabanish natin yung pinaka mga back row nila. So that's all for our side deck. So for our combo number 1, we will use 2 Swordsoul card. We will using Swordsoul Moye and Swordsoul Long Yuan. So remember, when you're going first, your hand cards will could be anything. It could be hand traps. It could be anything that could negate your opponent's hand trap too. So first, we will summon Swordsoul Moye and activating its effect by revealing one worm or Swordsoul card from your hand, and then special summon one Swordsoul token. And from there, you can perform Synchro Summon, special summoning one Swordsoul Shishao. So you will build a chain, chaining 1, chaining 2, activating Moye's effect to draw one card from your deck, and then activating Seashell's effect to add one Swordsoul card from your deck. So you can add one Swordsoul Blackout from your deck as your additional Swordsoul card. For you to activate Long Yuan's effect, discarding Blackout, special summon Long Yuan, and special summon again one Swordsoul token. And from there, you can Synchro level 10, special summoning Baroness de Fleur. So this will be your bread and butter board when you are using this deck. So you have negation from Shishao for monster effect and Baroness for Omni negate. So since you have blackout in your graveyard, when you activate Shishao's effect to negate your opponent's card monster effect, so when it's banished, you can special summon again one Swordsoul token for your next turn. So that's our combo number 1. So for our combo number 2, we will using 3 Swordsoul cards, Moye, Long Yuan, and Tai A. So this is the high ceiling for the combo of this deck. So first, we will summon Swordsoul Moye from your hand, and then revealing one Swordsoul from your hand, and then special summon one Swordsoul token. And then on this combo, we will play against Nibiru. So before you summon, before you Synchro Summon, you can activate Long Yuan's effect to discard Taya to the graveyard, and then special summon it, and special summon another Swordsoul token. So you already have 4 summons. So on your 5th summon, you can Synchro Summon Baroness de Fleur for your Omni negate if ever your opponent has Nibiru. And from there, you can Synchro Summon Moye and your Swordsoul token to special summon Xishao. So chaining 1, chaining 2, you will draw one card, and then activate Xishao's effect to add one Swordsoul card. So in this combo, you will choose Swordsoul Summit. So you can activate this to special summon Taya from your graveyard, activating its effect by banishing Long Yuan to special summon one Swordsoul token. And then you Synchro Summon again to special summon one Dragite from your graveyard. And since you have Moye on your graveyard, so you already have one negate from Spell Trap from Dragite, and monster effect from Xishao, and one Omni negate from Baroness. So this is the biggest board that you can create on this deck. So that's our combo number 2. So now magte-test hand naman tayo ngayon for this deck. So we can see how this deck will perform during the match. So ang maganda sa deck na to, it could go first or go second. Dahil marami tong hand traps and back rows, and especially we have negates on our board. So technically it's a semi-control kind of deck. So kaya masaya siyang gamitin, and same time competitive talaga siya. So let us see. Shuffle muna natin, and then we will draw 5. So to test this deck. All right. Draw 1. Draw 2, draw 3, draw 4, and draw 5. Alright, so maganda yung draw natin. So testingin natin ano yung play na pwede natin magawa. So summon Swordsoul Moye, revealing Long Yuan. So since meron naman tayong Call by the Grave, we have insurance. So special summon token, and then Synchro Summon, special summon Xishao. So chain link 1, chain link 2. So draw one card. Ooh, Pot of Desires. And then we will add 1. Okay. So titingnan natin. Probably we could choose Taya, because pwede tayo makabunot ng emergence dito, or any card, diba? So yun. And then we will activate first Pot of Desires, banishing 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. and then draw 2 cards. So we have 10 cards banished na para sa kay Chen Ying. So 1, 2. So medyo okay na tong draw natin. So we can activate Ilong Yuan's effect to discard Taya, special summon, and special summon token, and then go for Baroness. So don't forget, meron tayong inflict na 1,200 to your opponent. So from there, we could set our infinite impermanence and blackout, and then call by the grave. So we have 1 monster negate and 1 omni negate. So since meron pa tayong hand trap, we could negate 1 more from our opponent's monster. And especially meron tayong blackout to destroy if ever he will attempt to synchro summon, link summon, or set back rows on his field. So yun yung test hand natin, number 1. So next, another one. So sa experience ko using this deck, masaya nga siya gamitin kasi nga when going first, pwede ka mag-create ng board. So try naman natin going second. So we will draw 6 from this this test hand play. So draw 1. We will go second dito 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So going second, meron na kagad tayong 1 interruption with effect Baylor. So probably we could disrupt his play during opponent's turn na yan. Diba? So when we are going second na, we will draw 1 card more. So yun. First, dahil nga meron tayong Cosmic Cyclone, we can activate this to remove 1 back row from your opponent. And going second, this is very good because meron tayong first bait, syempre, si Klesha. We can special summon it to special summon 1 Swordsoul monster from our deck. So we can go for Moye. So since meron na tayo ditong naka-ready, di ba? Kompleto na yung pinaka-combo natin. So reveal Taya for token. So magkaroon man siya ng hand trap like Maxi or Ash or Impermanence, meron tayong pambala na cross out designator. So depende rin talaga sa bunot natin. So we can go for Shishao. So Chaining 1, Chaining 2, draw 1 card. And then add 1 spell trap. So from this, kukunin natin syempre emergence. Alright. So activate. And we can discard Taya to special summon. And then token. And then we go for Baroness. Alright. So from there, meron pa tayong summit. So pwede natin special summon si Taya. Banishing Long Yuan. To special summon token. And then go for Dragite. So pwedeng si Dragite to have more negate. So since meron naman tayong Omni negate, we could go for Basha instead. So Basha can bounce back 2 monster from your opponent. So either your choice. Pwede rin si Dragite, or if you want to go to Draco, pwede rin. So your choice. Pero syempre, ang pinaka best choice dyan going second is Basha. So pwede rin naman si Dragite. So, ang maganda dito, since meron pa tayong hawak na emergence, kung nag-side deck tayo ng Arch Nemesis Protoss, we can activate this and adding sa side deck natin, kung nag-side deck tayo si Protoss, pwede tayo mag-banish ng 3 attributes. So, actually, meron tayong 3. 1, 2, and 3. So, pwede pa natin special summon si Protoss, declaring Dark attribute. So, since meron tayong light, wind and water, hindi sila affected ng effect ni Protoss. So you can activate Protoss effect to declare dark. So hindi na makakapag-special summon ng dark monster yung ating opponent. So yan, ang ganda ng ating test play number 2. Alright. So for our last test play, tingnan natin. So, marami talaga tayong pwedeng gawin sa deck na to. Going first or going second, it's very versatile. So, for me, Swordsoul or pwede mo rin naman gawing Swordsoul 10 ito, pero for me, okay na ako sa build ng pure Swordsoul. Alright, so draw 1, draw 2, draw 3, draw 4, and draw 5. Alright, so this is a good hand then. So, summoning Moye, revealing Bishuda to special summon token. Okay, synchro summon. So, basic play, go for Xiao, chaining 1, chaining 2, and add Long U1. So, from there, nag-draw na ba tayo? Hindi pa. So, we will draw pa one more. 1, 2, 3. O, draw one more card. Uy! Nakakuha pa tayo ng summit. So, we can activate Long U1's effect to discard, special summoning, and token. So, choice mo din. If pwede natin gawin dito, since meron tayo ng trap card, pwede tayo mag-synchro 10. Instead of going to Baroness, we could go for Brute or si Chening. So, pwede natin gawin yan. And then, set our trap card. So, just para meron ka lang choices sa place mo. So, on your opponent's turn, when he activates monster effect, pwede tayo mag-banish ng monster para manigate yung effect nung monster niya. And pwede rin natin i-activate yung blackout to destroy cards. So, since hindi rin ito nadi-destroy, pwede siyang pang substitute para hindi siya ma-destroy. And then, meron tayong interruption sa kanya to banish one from his field and his graveyard. So, yun. So, that's all for our test play. So, sana nag-enjoy kayo sa ating test play. Alright.
So, that's all para sa ating deck profile ng ating Swordsoul or Sangyan deck. Hopefully, marami ka natutunan. At the same time, may mga takeaways ka from our test hand. At the same time, sa mga combo natin. So, feel free to comment down below kung meron ka mga suggestion or meron ka mga gustong i-feature na mga deck profile sa susunod natin ng mga video vlogs. And syempre, don't forget to like our video. At the same time, subscribe ka na rin sa YouTube channel natin kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe. And click the notification bell para updated ka sa mga susunod natin ng mga upload dito sa ating channel. So with that, end peace muna tayo. This is Edison again. Kita-kits tayo sa mga susunod na mga vlog and I end my turn.